Lieutenant Colonel, the Honorable Garfield Green, CD, JP, Custos Rotalorum for the parish of Manchester, and the beautiful Mrs. Alicia Green, his wife. His Worship the Mayor, Senator Councillor Delroy Williams, Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew. Mr. Hudson Grant, President of the Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association, JESA hereafter called, and he's President of the Jamaican chapter. Mr. Gilbert Suku, immediate past President, JESA, Jamaican chapter. We also have joining with us from the South Florida chapter, Mr. Patrick Russell, President, and Mr. Earl Scale, Vice President. Mr. Garfield Rowe, President of the Atlanta chapter, the various presidents who have joined via the online platform. They are the presidents of the various chapters overseas. We should also recognize Mayor retired Canute Chambers, chaplain of JESA. And also, of course, Mr. Leo Gillins, chairman of the Jamaica Diaspora Task Force Network in Florida, and also recipient of the Bill Clinton Foundation Award. Specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members who have joined online, even if you are not the president, but you are a supporter of JESA, I greet you all very well. And of course, welcome to the beautiful Altamont Court Hotel. My name is Wayne Robertson, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. And you would have to put up with me for a little this evening because I will be your master of ceremonies. I'll try my best to make it very light and entertaining for you all and not torturing, right? You can laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we'll now call on the JDF Pop Band for the playing of the national anthem. Could you please stand? Thank you, JDF. Wonderful, wonderful. I now call on Major Retired Canute Chambers, Chaplain of JESA, to bless the proceedings.
Great God of all creation, how excellent is your name in all the earth. You have afforded us life and time and the great privilege of gathering for this, our 8th annual banquet of the Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association, Jamaica chapter in 2022. Hitherto, Lord, have you brought us, and indeed we are very grateful, we are thankful. We honor you for your loving kindness and your tender mercies that have rested, remained, and abided with us throughout this time. Thank you for our president, the VIPs, all members of JESA Jamaica chapter, and those who have joined us even in cyberspace. Their spouses and their guests are here with us too, and we declare a blessing upon us all on this auspicious occasion. Father, we know not what the future holds, but certainly today we want to commit all our ways, the chapter, in your hands. We ask your divine blessings, your leading, your directing. We appreciate you for having taken us through a challenging time, COVID-19, and even on the horizon is the monkeypox. But God, you are greater than all. You are God. You are still the one who heals, who delivers, who saves. Remember Jamaica land we love today. Even as we gather like this, Lord God Almighty, let true respect for all be the hallmark and the essence of our lives. We pray, Father, that you'll bless the meal that is provided. And we ask that after these proceedings have ended, that you will take everyone to their respective destinations. We give you all glory. We give you all honor as we pray and say thanks. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, and amen. Please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to share some information with you about the Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association, in particular the Jamaica chapter. Now, it is indeed commendable that there is an association of this nature in place to provide support to ex-soldiers who would have served their nation, right, with the highest level of honor and dignity. Now, yeoman service is not something that should be taken lightly. And of course, given the role of soldiers in terms of being on the front line in very, very difficult times, brutal times, I must add, it is indeed commendable that there is an association in place to provide support, whether it is psychosocial or financial, because you do provide financial support, I'm sure, to veterans. So let me, first of all, congratulate you for the work you have been doing over these many years. You can give yourselves a round of applause. And of course, the turnout is indeed commendable. So you can thank yourself. And yes, clap yourself for that. It is always good at a fundraiser to see a full room. It is always good. It means that it would have been at the end of it successful. And so I'm sure that the president and his team, they're all happy. But just to share with you just a little fun, some fun facts about the Jamaica chapter in particular. JESA Jamaica chapter was formed in July of 2012. That's what, 10 years ago? JESA was the 5th chapter to be formed. That's a local chapter here in Jamaica, the 5th. And there are 7 chapters in all, right? Namely, United Kingdom, Canada, USA, New York, Florida, Texas, and Atlanta. The motto of the organization is "Together we serve." Together we serve. I love that. The primary objective of the association is to assist both serving members of the Jamaica Defense Force and veterans, as well as their dependents and the wider community of soldiers based on available resources. The association is managed by an executive board that meets once per month, every last Sunday at 3 p.m. With respect to the stakeholders, it includes the JDF Credit Union, the Veterans Association, Curfew Home, Food for the Poor, and various financial institutions, which you would have to rely on from time to time. You'll have to call on them to provide financial support, I can imagine. And the question you may ask, for those who may not know, how do you garner funding? Not just from financial institutions, but also through membership dues and also partnerships which have been forged over the years with both the public and private sector. Its membership, more than 2,000 strong across the globe and growing. That is indeed commendable. Give a round of applause for that. Indeed, it's growing, and certainly that warms the heart. Just to summarize some of the areas of support, you give scholarships and bursaries to students of soldiers, veterans. You paint various institutions, schools. Funeral grants are also given. Building of houses to include electrical installation and wiring. You assist with various farming projects, and you also donate wheelchairs and other mobile equipment. You also provide medical supplies to those who need them and prescriptions, including, of course, financial donations. So this is indeed very commendable. And I, again, want to reiterate the excellent work that the association has been doing over these many years. So you can indeed give yourselves a round of applause for the hard work and achievements to date. Ladies and gentlemen, we commenced late, so I'm making up for lost time. So we're going to go seamlessly through the program. And at this time, we should really have a musical interlude while we eat. So I won't detain that unless the president has anything burning he wishes to at this time address. I will go immediately to the interlude while we have dinner. So I trust you will enjoy the dinner. I have no doubt you will. I'm certainly looking forward as well. Altamont Court Hotel normally does a very good job. Thank you. Enjoy. I'll now call on Mr. Hudson Grant, President of JESA's Jamaica chapter, to bring special remarks. Please give him a warm welcome.
May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Lieutenant Colonel, the Honorable Custis Garfield Green and Lady Green, His Worship Mayor Delroy Williams, retired members of the Diplomatic Corps, serving and retired officers to include non-commissioned officers, men and women of the JDF, Veterans Affairs Office Representatives Sergeant Beckles, Dr. Heather Sharif and Margaret Campbell, our esteemed guest speaker, Sir Leo Gillen, to our presidents of the various chapter, Mr. Chris Dyer, Toronto, Patrick Russell, South Florida, Garfield Rowe, Atlanta, which is the newest chapter, Mr. Wayne Ellis, I'm not seeing him, but Wayne Ellis from Texas, Vice President Earl Scale from South Florida, and we have in our midst Chairman Panther Morgan and Desi Hanlon, President of the World Connection, the JDF World Connection. Our immediate past President, Mr. Gilbert Suko, and Ms. Barbara Crooks, our Assistant Treasurer, to the media, and most importantly, to my wonderful attired guest. Welcome and good evening to all.
Good evening.
I want to hear it better than that. Welcome and good evening to all. Thank you. The awesomeness to stand before you is one of humility and pride. When I signaled my intention to run for the post of president, it was on the ticket of 1, rebuilding and rebranding of JESA, 2, getting the various chapters to collaborate with each other. I am pleased to announce that whilst there's a lot more to be done, these objectives are being achieved. I was elected president in November 2020 in the heart of the pandemic with a dwindling membership of 40 members. To date, we're approximately 40 members and growing. Upon being elected, we immediately began to build a building process of caring for and providing critical needs for our membership and veterans. Our first care package of its kind saw us providing for over 30 veterans across various parishes in the sum of approximately $270,000. We followed up with quality care package to the residents of Kirby Home. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the very first time that the residents were presented and received care package of this kind. Yes, the very first time. We made disbursement funeral grants in excess of $190,000 to families of our beloved deceased brothers and sisters. Speaking about care, it is often said that we love our brothers and sisters at Kirby Home, but yet no one had ever seen it fit to care for those who have been taking care of our loved ones. As a result, JESA sought and got tremendous support and collaboration from our chapters, our JESA chapters. All the JESA chapters collaborated. Again, it was the first collaboration of JESA chapters in many years. We provided care packages for the administrative staff of Kirby Home to the tune of $150,000. We presented 2 plaques along, one for Long Service Award to Nurse Tisha Johnson Staples for over 18 years of dedicated and quality service to our veterans. The second plaque was presented to an unsung hero who accompanied us to Kirby Home and assisted us on both occasions with our presentation of goodwill. Love and care packages. This unsung hero has been providing precious commodity, water, over the years, helping to get the roadways to Kirby Home Bush and many other acts of goodwill. On many occasions, the cost was borne from his pocket. I asked the then Honorable Custis Garfield Green, now Lieutenant Colonel Honorable Custis Garfield Green, to stand and be acknowledged. Sir? And I extend same to all the unsung heroes, Mr. Wendell Redley, managers of Kirby Home, who has transformed the home into a first world resident. Give him a round of applause, please. Thank you, sir, for your continued service to our veterans. You're my unsung heroes. Speaking of brighter days, the smile and words of appreciation shown for the kind gesture and word their weight in gold. On Christmas Day, members of the executive presented a new wheelchair and care package to one of our reservist veterans who was unable to move due to the unbroken wheelchair he had. Our helpers saw us getting blood donations and traveled with permission through the curfew from Kingston to Mandeville Hospital to deliver the urgent needed blood donation documents so that our admitted brother and resident of curfew home could be operated on. As president of JESA Jamaica, I will be initiating a number of collaborative discussions with all the JESA chapters, Legion, the Veterans Office, and all the other veterans organizations. This was evident as I signaled a suggestion at a meeting held at the Legion's HQ earlier this year. My intention to have a joint signature event where all veterans organizations will come together in a collaboration with the JDF to put on what could be one of the biggest fundraising events in Jamaica in the form of a JESA Jam Veterans 5K Run Walk. This, no doubt, will yield a lot of needed funds for our veterans. Just a collaborative initiative does not stop with serving veterans. We are pleased to announce our collaboration with the St. Jude's Renegade Marching Band, and I ask at this time for Mrs. Shirlene Dawn Murdoch, Les Brown, Jocelyn Smith, please stand and be recognized. Give them a round of applause. This marching band in previous years has produced some of the best musicians for the JDF. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, the St. Jude's Marching Band was the first marching band to perform at Curfew Home for a veteran resident. This was the brainchild of the late Colonel Barnes, John Barnes' father, the father of sport icon John Barnes. Juna Reed, Les Byrne, Courtney Ian, and Mrs. Ching Su, who will be among our honorees this afternoon. This joint collaboration will mean that a number of youngsters, or I should say young musicians, will become potential recruits for the JDF. It is called Service to the Nation Building. As you hear the musicians, please turn your attention to the screen. This is a vision of recognition for our fallen soldiers, something worthwhile to remember them. Give a round of applause for this monument. And I'll be making a request of our Commander-in-Chief, Rear Admiral Gomez, as it relates to our late brothers and sisters who have lost their lives in the line of duty, serving our beloved country, Jamaica, land we love. We're not asking that the names of our statues be placed at the National Heroes Park as our heroes and heroines. We're asking that a monument be erected at Upper Camp, somewhere in the vicinity of the museum, in honor of our heroes and heroines who have paid their ultimate price with their lives to defend this country. Ladies and gentlemen, while this will not bring back the loved ones, just imagine their families visiting a site where the names of their fathers, mothers, sons, daughters, or relatives who have lost their life under tragic circumstances, and their names are inscribed on a monument, I could feel and see the relief of expression of joy. Such a gesture would bring moving from a feeling of lust and grief to the sense of pride and dignity, knowing that their heroes are gone but not forgotten. As we use the spoken words at funeral services of our veterans, gone but not forgotten, my question to our serving members and veterans, do we really remember them? And if so, my brothers and sisters, what has been done over 6 years to show that they're gone but not forgotten? I've been echoing this for years. Why can't we ask the various stakeholders, leaders, to give us a start by building the first 3 townhouses and apartments? I am sure our serving members of the JDF and our veterans would have contributed billions of dollars to the National Housing Trust. Whilst we are grateful for the help NHC has given in the past, I am absolutely sure much more can be done with the right representation of our veterans who have sacrificed their life for Jamaica, land we love. JESA Jamaica continue to envision ways to improve the lives and well-being of our wards at Kirkwood. I was corrected most recently by using the word wards by Mr. Wendell Redley to resident. So I will correctly say for the resident of Kirkwood. I had favorable and preliminary discussions in an effort to, one, have an interim physiotherapist on a rotating basis, visiting and administrating the necessary physiotherapy treatment needed, and B, to have a mobile dental unit visiting Kirkwood home every once or 3 to 6 months, providing the necessary dental hygiene care for free of cost to our veterans. Let me repeat that. We'll have a dental mobile unit visiting Kirkwood home to provide necessary dental hygiene for our veterans free of cost. Thank you. I was further assured that the mobile clinic with doctors are standing by, ready to come on board, and I will have discussion with the relevant authorities, the Legion Kirkwood Board, for their approval. Ladies and gentlemen, care is not only exhibited in cash, but it is embedded in the valued partnership that can be formed for short and long-term sustenance. For JESA Jamaica continued growth, we need, and I have been emphasizing the word need, we need a place to call home. Whilst we are eternally grateful for the generosity and love granted to us by the Church of the Latter-day Saints in the last 2 years, we certainly cannot take for granted or overstay or welcome. We love to have a place of our home. We can do much more for our membership and veterans alike, but we are hampered by this. Therefore, as president of this noble organization, I am IAESH, informing, asking, begging, and seeking help to our influential audience. Please intercede and help to achieve this objective. And make it a reality. I'm asking my treasurer to come to the podium, please. Now that you're sir, I'm taking the opportunity to be the first one to donate $25,000 towards our home. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 and 5, 22, 23, 24, 25. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my first donation as president towards this home. And I ask my colleagues, who will be the next to donate? Follow the leader, follow the leader. Just raise up your hands for those who want to follow. Thank you, Your Worship. Oh, everybody on the table do? Yes. All right. I am so impressed that the table to my left, and I am not sure the persons to the left are richer than the persons to the right, or even the person in the center. And I see, wow, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, this got to be important. This is US dollar we're talking about now. Wow. My dear friend Irene, wow. Come up, Irene.
It's a small token. It's a small token. It's not a big deal. So
every cent counts. Thank you.
Okay, it's a small token of $200 US.
Wow, we'll give her a big round of applause. Mr. Treasurer, I don't handle money unless to give it away. Thank you. And is there another? Rosie, my good friend.
Hello, darling.
The tray is coming around to you, hon.
I'm a member of JESA, Jamaica.
Yes. Thank you. And thanks. Let's give a bigger round of applause for those who have donated. And let me say a kind word for those who have not donated as yet. I want to implore all my colleagues, and when I mean all my colleagues and my esteemed guests, it's a worthwhile cause. We can do so much more if we have a place of our own. Our continued efforts to earn so that we can provide for our challenged veterans are seen in our visionary projects. My audience, please turn your attention to the ladies who will be standing with a tray and a cup in their hand. I asked one of the staff members, can you bring over that thing? You can play it now. Make me do this. That's it. Make it play. Whilst I'm not advertising for Lipton, I wish I were, because then we get some needed donation to furtherance of our objectives. I would want to, Mr. Music Man, it is customary for persons doing a speech to have a glass of water or a bottle of water. Because I'm a visionary with due protocols, I stick to the protocols, but I have the protocols of my home. And so please allow me, my audience, please watch while the music is being played. Keep the song going, Mr. Music Man. And if you look around where the ladies in the tray, you will see that they are moving around. Ladies and gentlemen, it's one of its kind. JESA Jamaica is the only service organization you will see with a cup like this. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for a magic cup. The importance of this cup, ladies and gentlemen, is that it collaborates with the 60th anniversary of the JESA of JDF and Jamaica, because JDF was born out of 1962, the same year that we got independence. So it's really an honor to have a cup of this magnitude. It's going to come a souvenir, so get it. Who is willing to pay $5,000 for this cup? I'm doing a fundraising, ladies and gentlemen. We need our O. Who is willing to pay $5,000 for this cup? Oh, Mr. Gillens, thank you. Is there any more? Because come tomorrow and I gone to about 7 or 10, so it makes why we have a lot. Yes, so if you get it now, sir, you can take there. Mr. Treasurer, Mr. Treasurer, you're not serious about connecting, sir? Yes. This cup, as soon as the water in this cup gets cold, it returns to its normal color, a cup of color. We don't use black anymore, it's a cup of color, right? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, put it up for JESA Magic Cup. Thank you. Now that we have had a display of our magic cup, I'm sure you're wondering what else I'm coming with. So I'm moving on. To my colleagues, we're in an ever-changing time, which requires constant reviewing and retooling of our plans to stay relevant to the needs of our veterans community. My fervent wish is that one day, JESA will have a representative on the board of CARICOM, where the needs of veterans across the Caribbean and landscape can be collectively addressed in a wholesome and meaningful way. Collaborative alliances with the various stakeholders and position our various associations to meet and to achieve these objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a fervent wish. It's not far-fetched. We can have a representative on the board of CARICOM, and we should endeavor to place our association in that way. I have been expressing, ladies and gentlemen, I have been expressing that veterans conduct business in Jamaica and Caribbean. It will become a customer to hear I see my audience having a good time, so I'll just wait until they're done. Enjoy yourself. Yes. So I've been expressing that when veterans conduct business in Jamaica and the Caribbean, it will become customary to hear the lovely tune of "Thank you for your service." I am asking all veterans to stand. Please stand, all veterans. All veterans, please stand. Keep standing, veterans. Please allow me to be the first one to say to all my veterans, brothers and sisters, thank you for your service. I really appreciate your service, and I want to be the first one to say thank you to my veterans, brothers and sisters. Thank you for your service. You can be seated. Before you sit, Mr. Krista, you're too willing. Before you sit, just turn around to each other and say thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you very much, my veterans, brothers and sisters. You may be seated. For the very first time in my life, I received thank you for your service twice in a month. It is an awesome feeling. Under tragic circumstances, This is really, really hard when it comes to losing our loved one. Under tragic circumstances, and their names are inscribed on a monument, I really could feel the joy of having the families. Hey. Right. It is hard for me to stand here, ladies and gentlemen, knowing the feelings that I have lost my VP most recently, his dear wife, Mrs. Andrea Green, and his daughter is here with us today. Could you stand for me, please, Mrs. Green and Dennis Green? Give them a round of applause. This is no easy feat for me. It has rocked us tremendously. We're still reeling from such a loss. He was a good man. He was not a tall man. And I wouldn't want to use the word short. He was just not my height. But he was a man that stood tall. And so we will be presenting also a plaque to him, a posthumous plaque for Mr. Green. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not easy, but we are official. All right, so I'm going to ask the presidents of the chapters to stand, because what I'm about to say is going to impact on them very much. And it is by no means that we also embrace and move business in the manner that it should be. I'm asking my president, and I'm therefore sounding a warning to my colleagues, especially to my JESA president, that business, no well-run business can be run on emotions and personality. For our business, for JESA business to succeed, we as president must, have to, should, will have to take the personality out of JESA and run JESA in a professional way so that you can succeed I'm therefore sounding a warning to my colleagues, especially my JESA colleagues, that this can only be realized if service before self becomes the hallmark, putting the various chapters and organizations at the forefront. And we as leaders be servants to enable the survival and provision of our collaborative association. We cannot build a viable, professional, and sustainable Legion world connection on personalities. President, boards, trustees, and members will come and go. Brand JESA will always be there after our tenureship have ended. So let us govern with wisdom, vision, fortitude, and most importantly, integrity. And let us have a symbiotic relationship amongst our organization in order to meet the 21st century and not to be left out of the new paradigm shift for Vision 2030. We who have ears to hear, let us hear. We who have ears to hear, let us hear. Thank you. God bless. Enough love as always.
Well, that was very, very powerful, Mr. President. Great job, and I think the monument looks really good. And I think should get the support from corporate Jamaica and functionaries within the public sector. Well, the magic cup. I have a magic glass. Lady with the hot. No, it's all right. I won't bring it through that. Maybe at the end. But I do have some magic up my sleeve. Eh? All right. As we prepare ourselves for a musical selection, I just want to briefly share with you what comes to mind when we hear the word soldier. Very often we talk of a soldier. What does that mean? Certainly from where I stand, S in soldier means strength. And when you do say soldiers, you associate strength with a soldier, right? Not weakness, but strength. You have any other S word you want to share? Seriousness. I love that. I love that. I love that. Strong. Ah, right. This is green. I like that. When we hear the word O, the letter O, what comes to mind is organized. Very organized. So just very organized. I don't think you can outdo them with the level of organization. That goes without saying. Any other word comes to mind?
Commitment.
O for O?
Commitment.
O? O.
Orderly.
Orderly. Yes. I think it's on a slip right there. Miss Me Too would have shared that with me. Leader L. When you hear L, you think of leadership. That one comes straight to my mind. Loyalty. Whoa, soldiers are actually loyal. Well, ladies, don't come in. They are loyal. You can laugh, Ladies, don't come in. No, you're not supposed to come in. They're loyal to their work, yes? That's first and foremost. I'm sure they're loyal to their wives.
It's a soldier thing.
It's a soldier thing. They're loyal men, of course. Any doubt? No. Any other?
Level-headedness.
Level-headedness. Well, you do have to have a level head to be a military man. Especially when they go and get stuff. You have to be calm. You have to keep a level head. D. D is for? Diligent on my in my notes here. Dedication. I heard dedication. What else? Deadly. Oh, yes, I like that. Wow, don't bring the deadly thing in here tonight. No. But yes, deadly is, unfortunately, it's duty bound. What? This is the lady with the thesaurus. Duty bound. I love it.
Dogmatic.
Decisive. I love that one as well.
Devoted.
Devoted.
Diligent.
Listen, man. I should just hand over the thing to you.
Diligent.
Diligent, devoted. I heard devoted as well. And discipline. You have to be disciplined to be a soldier. And dangerous. That goes hand in hand with deadly. Love it. And the I is another one. Integrity. Oh, I love integrity for that. Intelligent, integrity, industrious on my
Intense.
They can be intimidated.
intense. I love the intense one. You have to be intense to be a soldier, right? Intimidating. They are actually very intimidating, especially when they're on the road, in the truck and all that. On the roads with the guns and the military guard. Any other? I word. All right, move on to E, the penultimate one. The E is for efficient, effective, and what else? Energetic. Love that one. Huh? Oh, come to the front of the class. She's too full of words. In fact, let me try and find the ticket to buy. I may have it somewhere. You will probably get it. I love that one as well. Any other word? Huh? And, oh Lord, listen, man. This is the brilliant corner. Love it. Oh, you can. You are allowed to. You are allowed.
Front seater.
Front seater. She's a front seater.
Daughter of a bride soldier.
She's a daughter of a bride. Unfortunately passed. Oh, my condolences to her family. And the final one, R. Resilient. Who's a rough? Who's a rough and ready? That sounds like a comedy back in the day, a cartoon. Rough and ready, I love that one. He was ready with that one and he rolled off his tongue seamlessly. Any other? R?
Reliable.
Oh, you have to be reliable to be a soldier. You have to be reliable. Love that one as well.
Roughneck.
Roughneck. Well, you can't be a softneck to be a soldier.
Radical.
Radical. What? This one is nice as well.
You have to be real.
And you have to be real. I like that. You have to be real. Love it. Love it. Resilient. What? That's too much bright people in this room. All right. So thanks for sharing in that. I think that was stimulating. That got you all involved. And I now ask Mr. Everton Pessoa to do a lovely selection for us. Musical, that is. Mr. Pessoa. As I move my magic glass.
I want to see you.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Can you call this again, Henry? My darling. Isn't it strange how princesses and kings, they can lose it all like sawdust in the wind? That's why common people like you and me will be builders for eternity. Each is in a bag of two shapeless mass in the book of truth. Each must make it
Acapella.
So yeah, Jamaica. Power, 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 power. Power, 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 power. And all the soldiers, past soldiers who used to fire shot, you know, pow, 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 pow. Sing a man, play it again, play for me, God, and just tell him sing. Oh, my, my, my. Oh, yeah. Oh, my, 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 my. Isn't it strange how princesses and kings, they can lose it all like silence in the wind. That's why common people like you and me build us for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, shapeless man in the book of truth. Each must make his life coming in a stumbling block or a stepping stone. That's why common people like you and me for eternity, each is given a bag of tools in the book of the rules. Sing now, power, 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 power. Why the hand one fix? Power, power, power. You can't blow. Power, 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 power. Blow for me, darling. Power, power. All right, it's my kind of girl, Emma. People like you and me, builders for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, shapeless man in the book of the rules. Look when the sun starts shining from the sky. You know it will only be missing for a while. I know common people like you will be builders eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, man in the book of the rules. You look nice in that blonde hair. Pow, pow, pow. Blow your horn, baby. Focus on me, darling. Power, power, power. Don't get in the mic. They're just jealous that you're good at blowing. Power, power. Oh, baby. Power, 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 power. Power, 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 power. Common people like you and me. Power, 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 power. I love you already, darling. Yeah? Pow! Pow! Let us shut them down, you deadly. Touch the next one, man. No, you're gone too far. Too far, too quick. I'd like to sing something for the ladies. Ladies, how you doing? Wanna look good?
We now have to talk about the men. The men that look good already. Them in them nice suit and thing. Yes. So that's why I'm going to make sure I press out my blue. What color is this, darling?
Robin blue.
Robin? It's not royal. I thought I was looking for royal. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can we get that nice song? You want to go out of it? No man, that nice one. You don't know it? That's really young. That's really young. Can you hold this? When you're ready, turn it up for the lady. I'm going to start with you, darling. She's good. You never find, as long as you live, someone who loves you tender like I do. You don't think I look for me. You never find. Your phone. Please again, you should show me now. That means we need to move on because she found. She found. So we need to find somebody over here, sir, that has not been found. Hello, darling. You never find, as long as you live, someone who loves you tender as I do. You never see what you found in me. You keep searching and searching your whole life through. Oh, I'm not bragging on myself, baby, 'cause I'm the man who loves you, and there's no one else. No one else. You never find the rhythm, the rhyme, all the magic we share, just us two. Tell me if I did not sit up there, sir. Now they might kill woman nowadays, and I don't want nothing to happen to you. Oh, I don't wish you no bad luck, baby, 'cause I'm a man who loves you, and there's no one else. You're gonna miss my loving. Is it this? You don't. I hit. Miss my love. I'm sorry, darling. Come on, come on. Gonna miss my loving. Let's go outside. Miss my loving. You're gonna miss my loving. Miss my love. You're gonna miss my loving. When I say miss my loving, it's when it's cold outside. Miss my love. God have mercy. Can I sing one more for you before we go back in? Peace taker. That's what the brother bad man has said. I'm so glad that we understand each other. So glad that we understand each other. You know that picture? Sit down and talk it over. When two people can by themselves work out, communicate like we do. Oh, that's what love's about, without a doubt. And I'm so glad that we just understand each other. So glad that we understand each other. So glad that we understand each other. So glad. So no, baby. That we each other. So glad that we understand each other. You know that tune, darling? I love you here. Yeah. Looking back over my years, I guess I shed some tears. I told myself time and time again, this time I'm gonna win. I'm not gonna fight, this ain't right, losing again. Take a fool to lose twice and start all over again, yeah. I think I better ain't back another love. Come on, ladies. Yeah. I think I better. Na. Looks like another love. Remember the truth? Try to take control of this love. Love took control of me. When you lose all part or sense of time, change your mind. Of the bumps and the bruises of all the things of a two-time loser. Try to hold on, my fate is gone. Just another sad song. Think I better. I want to hear the ladies sing now. Looks like another love. Oh, yeah. Think I better. Oh, lady, yeah. Looks like another love. Feel like I'm gonna give up on love. Yeah, Yeah. Get that good haircut, man. Like the haircut. But even though we're giving up, we never stop trying. Come on now, ladies, come on now. Give me a clap like this now. Or a snap like this. It's so good loving somebody just like that. To be loved and be loved in return is the only thing my little heart desire. To appreciate all the sweet little things, 'cause you're the one that's got me somebody, and somebody loves you back. Turn it up, man. Oh, so good, so good. You need somebody, somebody loves you back. Whoa. We can build a world of love, a world of laughter. We can share each other's sweet happiness. I do for you all the lovely things. You're the one that's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me. So good, so good. You needing somebody, somebody loves you back. I know some people can't tell alone, you know. So good, so good. You loving somebody, and somebody loves you, and that's the fact. Hey! Who can do Max foot now? Watch the birds, everyone say that. I want, hey! Not 60-40. You've gone too far, too quick. Hey! Oh, baby! Not 60-40 or 70-30. We're talking about 50-50. You hear my love? You know, 50-50, and 70-30, my leaving. 90-10. You all give 90 and share your 10. You give her 10. You're better. Are you going to sleep out the door? Yeah. Where's the over there? Where the batsman in there? Let me see you put your hands in the air. Say, people, are you ready? Pull up that. How Amory, you hear what the people have said a while ago? I'm going to ask them again. I'm going to listen careful to what the people they follow. All the man them, people, are you ready? They say, wow. People, are you ready? Let's get quiet now. Hold on. Pull up the vibes that you're playing. Can you play that song? such a lovely child from the side. Look at it. For the day when love used to reign, yeah, hey. Dance all night to the songs they play. We can come again, do it just the same, yes. Dennis Brown, Josie Bear, Danny Roy would wait for time. When you have to hold your woman real close, Smokey starts to sing. Temptation's found again, dinner's on the way. I read to friend the land. Until the bell used to make me drift away. Play CD play, some cook at it day, yeah. Oh yeah, oh my. Oh yeah, I feel it in my heart. You love me now. Such a lovely child from the start. If there remains such a nice place to go, if someone tell me I'd love to know. Used to make me rock away. Those were the days when you used to play, oh, now, yeah. Yeah. Get ready, go. Let me finish strong. Don't me on. Oh, take it down. You have one more song for me? One more? You have one more? Eh? You sure? Come on, I want to see everybody give me. At least let's not want to take that song. Love song like an audience. I don't mind when you say that you go bring away. Oh yeah. And I don't mind when you turn sets the sun to the roof. I'd rather love needed depending on to give the love I can't give when you're gone. When you're gone, my God. And I don't mind when the time sets the sun to the roof. Just don't. I can't hear you sing out. Let the spheres find you there at the end of my room. Yeah, I'd rather belong, needed, depending on to give a love I can't give when you're gone. When you're gone, I just don't wanna be lonely. Gotta be lonely. Yeah. Part of playing the game. Might as well. Oh, love can be so unfair. Oh, come on, kid. You know how you've been doing over yonder. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Yeah. It is Everton Pessoa. Thank you so much. Hope you have yourselves a wonderful rest of the evening. God bless you.
Give another huge round of applause. Mr. Pessoa. Mr. Pessoa, boy. Boy, you look like we should have left this to the end. We should have had this at the closing, eh? But it's not too late. I think we can bring it back. All right. After that, I'm sure you're a little unsettled, so I'm trying to get you back. Right? In your seats, and so that we can recommence the formal proceedings. Again, I say Jamaica is blessed to have a plethora of talent, which is on display right before our very eyes. So give a round of applause to Mr. Pessoa again. I mean, JD Pop Band and Mr. Pessoa in one night. Boy, we're blessed. I think we got more than our money's worth. Yes, man. Yes, man, we're blessed. All right. So, breaking news. Based on the collection that was done during the President's presentation, I'm happy to report, based on what the Treasurer has provided, that $115,000 were raised. In fact, I don't think we should have a problem with getting the building plans approved, because the mayor was in fact here, and I'm sure he would have endorsed the project. So you have no problem in that regard, Mr. President. Endorse the money man too. Right. So if you can raise $115,000 within a few minutes, can you imagine over a few months and a couple of years? What's your timeline for this? No. Wow. I love that. It's a man in a hurry. It's a man in a hurry. Limited time. I like that. The urgency of no. I like that. So it therefore means that we have to put all hands on deck to get it done. All right, so we are with you, Mr. President. At this time, and this is the highlight of the evening actually, we will have our guest speaker. But before the guest speaker comes for us, I will now ask Mrs. Anne-Marie Mitu, Executive Secretary of the Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association, Jamaica chapter, to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Leo Gillins. Give her a nice big round of applause to welcome her as she comes forward.
Thank you so much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, my president, good afternoon. Honorable Costas, good evening. The pleasure is mine to introduce to you tonight the gentleman who will put the icing, so to speak, on the cake. It's short. He is Leo Gilling, who is an entrepreneur, social media personality, philanthropist, writer, educator, and diaspora engagement advocate. He has approximately 4 decades of dedicated community service and over 25 years of business experience in accounting, insurance, business services, and hospitality. He holds a bachelor's degree in accounting and master's degree in criminal justice, and is currently pursuing a PhD in criminology and criminal justice. Leo is a creator, producer, and presenter of 3 successful media programs: Falabakami, The Leo Gilling Show, and Conversation with Diana, Michelle, and Leo. The programs together deliver interviews, culture, music, and talk shows intended to engage, inform, and inspire Jamaicans and others around the world. Mr. Gilling has served on Miramar's Parks and Recreation Board, Economic Development Board, and Miramar's Sister City Exploratory Committee. He also served on the boards of Partners for Youth Foundation, Broward Alliance, and Caribbean Educators, the Kiwanis Club, and ISA Trust, Jamaica Awareness Association of California, and is a former candidate for Miramar Commissioner. Ladies and gentlemen, can we show some respect to the guest speaker while he's being introduced, please? Thank you. He's the founder and chairman of the Jamaica Diaspora Task Force Action Network with a membership of more than 2,300 Jamaicans across 47 countries. It is the largest network of Jamaica diaspora volunteers worldwide, delivering service and capacity building interventions, programs, projects, and resources that positively impact 15 sectors in Jamaica, with an average of 40,000 beneficiaries each year. Leo is passionate about mobilizing and engaging Jamaicans committed to serving their homeland. He has written hundreds of articles and is co-author of the Diaspora Task Force Playbook, a how-to guide for engaging diaspora communities. The playbook was highlighted as a best practice for the Caribbean diaspora by the U.S. State Department. Leo is originally from the lovely township of Oracabessa in St. Mary. He's a proud father of 4 and a mentor of many. Leo Gilling, Diaspora Engagement Advocate, Chairman, Jamaica Diaspora Task Force Action Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you and introduce to others our guest speaker, man of the moment, Leo Gillings.
What an evening. Started last night. And I'm so glad I went out there last night and I got an earful from Mr. Dinal. It's Dinal, right? Mr. Dinal, who told me about everything that happened this week. I'm so sorry that I missed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But I caught up Friday and I caught tonight. And I'm happy to be here. First of all, I wrote a long speech, but after I went out last night and I came here tonight, I wrote some bullet points here. So bear with me, okay? Because what I was going to say, by virtue of what I heard last night and tonight, there was no way that I could have prevented. You would have fallen asleep. So I prefer that I bring my expertise to you and what I know about you and the president, and I can share some other things with you. First, tonight, when the pop band started to play, and play the first song. Oh, by the way, is it okay for me to cut the English sometime and talk to my pato, right?
Totally okay.
All right, good, because I am not very comfortable with English. All right, and so when the band start play, may have my head down, me say may I listen. Because you know them kind of band that them call, they always come with them boring thing. So I put my head down and then done play the first song. And then me hear them say, "Hey Jude." I said, Jesus Christ. Sitting this, me better listen. And it was really, really nice. Give them a warm hand there from me. And then I said to the MC, Mr. Robertson, hear me. Me no know the people them way you call in the protocol. So please just tell the people them say, just tell them say, you also say it one more time. The list of people them on the protocol list, just say it one time and then tell the people them say, I won't be saying it. I don't know you to say it. So I'm left here wondering if I should go through the entire list of dedicants over here, you know. But I'm sure you know who they are. Can I bring you back up here to this, sir? That's fine. All right. Where I'm from in Oracabessa, I think that the president and I were most likely to fail. Because we went to a primary school. We grew up in a little tenement yard, right? So we went to a primary school that was an all-age school first. And then by the time we got to the primary school, they make the secondary school. So all-age school go to grade 9, right? So they make the secondary school and make the secondary school to grade 9. They might as well let me stay, keep the primary school. So when he went to secondary school, he finished at grade 9. Where you finished at grade 9? He finished at grade 9, but me get to go to grade 11 because them had the 2 years after. Because by the time he got there, by the time I got to grade 9, they had grade 10 and grade 11. But I got to see probably one of the most inspiring person in my life. Because this is the reason why I went out of my way to find him. When he went into the army, there were only 2 persons in Orokobesa who were in the army before. One guy named Bulby, anybody know about Arrows Bambulan? And another guy named Clive Rose. Those were the only 2 guys in the army. And I'm sure that they were the inspiration for this gentleman. Because when he went, the whole Orokobesa turned up. Because we were so proud. We were proud because he was the best runner me ever see. At the time, we had cross-country run from Boscobel to the school. And more than about 40 students are in the race. And for 2 years, when this man run, he ran, came in, went to sleep, wake up, and the second man is still not come yet. He had really big thighs. He looked skinny, but him have some massive thighs, and you could see him, So all the time when we thought we were failing, he had been a leader from day one. Amen. And he led Orokobesa. So, a little bit about me. As you know, I'm from Orokobesa. And the guy talked, what's his name again? Leroy Sibbles that was up here a while ago. Yeah, Peso, yes. And he was talking about pad up, and about himself a gunshot, right? No gunshot, no sound, sir. That sound like the Victor bus and the mail bus going through the junction. That's what I'm accustomed to. Right? Pad up. There was, oh my God. I don't think he was right there. But really, he's a good singer. He look like Leroy Sibbles. Him sound like Leroy Sibbles. And I wonder if I'm a Buju Banton's son. Father. So I live in Florida. I've been in the United States for like 37 years. I left here in 1984. And I remember the gentleman who I was working at Life of Jamaica, and he said to me, "I'm not come to America. I run on my runway. When I go to America, I overstay my time." Right? And because I say I not come back. And so, but when the day when I told him that I'm not coming back to Life of Jamaica, he said to me, and I really, these are the words that have kept me afloat for 37 years. He said to me, he's not coming to America because when you go to America, you're going to live second life citizen, as like a second class citizen, right? And I saw him about 2 weeks ago in Miami. He was playing dominoes, and he's working at a used car dealership. Okay? So he's my example. Not to be or not to talk too much, not to say the wrong things. And so I've kept those words for a long time, and I thank him because he put something in my head that I decided that I am going to be better than. All right, so whatever he expected for me to be, I ain't going to be that. All right, and so I'm very proud to stand here tonight, and especially when I saw my friend for a long time. Let me see, he left school 1975. Am I right? Oh, me can't tell him. No, man. No. Me left 1978. And I watched you tonight, and I was very, very proud. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very proud, honestly, right? To see him do what he did. But I want to help him out tonight, right? So all the people them who give tonight, stand up. Who giving at the box? Who was walking around with the box? Stand up. The people them will give tonight. Stand up. Who no stand up? Yes. Are only them are people that give? Nah, man. $100 and something thousand. Where the treasurer there? Stand up. Stand up. Get a pen for me. Here's one. Because I want you to walk around with everybody who's sitting and get them to pledge. Let them pledge $500. Write it down in a minute, not joke. By the time he stop talk tonight, you're supposed to have. Make everybody pledge something tonight before them leave here. All right? Is that okay with the people that are sitting down? Let me hear, please. Because this is a good cause. A really, really good cause. Really. So just walk around and write down the name and say how much you pledge. All right? And then when they pledge, you must pick up the phone and call them. Thank you so much. Yeah. No, joking. Take your time. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, so I went to America and I spent the last 37 years coming back to Jamaica to give back to my country. I do what you do. I did what you do. But after a while, it became hard for me to leave California where I was to come to Jamaica once a year. We raise $100,000 US and we come down and we blow it. Not blow, but to me, we blow it. Because we come and we put on take your time. Put on a medical mission or an education mission and everybody stay in a hotel and the money done. I did not like that. All right? So I am not a supporter of medical missions. Too much money waste. All right? So what I did, I thought about who remembered when our Prime Minister says there's 5 flights to Miami and anybody wants to go can take a flight. Well, a whole heap of people left Jamaica that time. And they got Florida. And they got New York. And then got Canada. And what I found was that they came to America and they bettered themselves. Now there are doctors and nurses and PhDs and all these kind of people that are there. And they've learned something that they can share back with Jamaica. So what I have done in the past 10 years is I devised a way in which I could gain the knowledge, grab all of those persons with the knowledge, put them together, bring them to our country, and let them teach us skills that we don't know, build capacity. So I have more than 2,400 Jamaicans who are attorneys and doctors and engineers across 47 countries who every week they're on the platform, Zoom or any one of the platforms with teachers, with nurses and doctors here in Jamaica building capacity. And last year we served about 42,000 people. Last year, the year before, because it was 2020 and it was pandemic, we served about 100,000 people. All right? So we served from early childhood, the parents, all the early childhood parents, all the early childhood practitioners, everybody in the JTA, all the JTA teachers, 25,000 of them, and nurses. Right now, we have nurses, 50 of them leaving Jamaica to go to Canada next month. And when they go, they're going to go to see various medical facilities to learn more about advancements in medicine, and they sit down in 30 or 40 workshops so that they can learn more about what they don't have here. Earlier this year, we had 80 teachers, 80 educators, not just teachers, educators left and went to New York. And they sat in class with us for an entire week. And we have professors from various universities across the United States come to give service to teach them those things. So we are very, very active. In another 2 weeks, we have a virtual classroom. We expect about 20,000 teachers to be on that virtual two-day conference. So we do a lot of this. Every week, there's something going on. But I wanted to share something with you, because I heard the president said this evening that he wants each of the chapters to take their job seriously. To don't take things personal. Don't allow your personal life to get into giving, because it's easy to do. And as a leader, we are leaders, not bosses. Leader, there's a difference, right? There's a difference between a manager and a leader. So a manager is somebody who the leader sets goal for them, and then they go and take the employees and say, okay, you have to provide this day by day, and him count every day, him count beans at the end of the week. You know, he looks at what you have done and say, you did not do this or you did this, that kind of thing. That's what a manager does. A leader looks at everything that everybody does and delivers conflict resolutions and solve crises. Look at how you do things and find the little things that will make productivity more productive. That's what a leader does. And what they do is they look for collaborative efforts to make things better. They look for partnerships. They look to see how departments can become more productive by doing little things. And most times those little things are conflicts. And keep that in your mind, because I'm going to spend a couple of minutes with you talking about conflicts. And I don't know if you know what conflicts are. You know that song we go? The Berry song and song again. Hold on, me soon tell you how it go. I'm going to tell you exactly how that song go. Let me put on my glasses, because I'm kind of blind. A double trouble is waiting. It's wrapped up in my bed. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Can't take a knocking in my... You know that song, right? I want to go home. All right, I want to go to my bed. He's saying to himself, right? He's saying to himself, boy, me come in late tonight, you know. Right? Me coming in late tonight. And my wife in my bed, in the bed, one eye open and one eye closed. And I don't want to go into that bed, because if I go in that bed, I'll be a nagging. Nagging is conflict. Right? So what more do? What more do? Tell me, what if he knows that the wife have one eye open and one eye closed? That means she asleep, but she not asleep. She wait for him to come home because she want. Right? What is he going to do? Is he going to go into that bed? He's not going to go into that bed. Because if him going to that bed, either hot water going to show down your ears or something. or she going just get upon him nerves rather than him can't sleep. Right? So that's the conflict. Now, one way, the single most important way for the man to resolve that conflict at that time is to avoid it. Because if him face it, the two of them going to be in quarrel. Right? So I want you as leaders, think about the first conflict style is avoidance. It's avoiding something that potentially can go wrong. But it doesn't, because you avoid. But is avoiding the issue a good thing?
No.
No. It's not a good thing. All right? It's like when you go to work and you're late 5 minutes and you're supposed to clock in and you know to the boss inside there, so you take a turn and go in the back and try to come on and go sit down on your computer and make him think you did a long time. Avoiding, that's avoidance. That's one conflict style that I want you to recognize tonight. The second conflict style that I want you to recognize tonight is accommodating. Accommodating. What is accommodating? All right, so let's say you have one, people eat them best meat first, them after them plate, but them have one dumpling to sap up the thing after, right? One dumpling left on the plate. And as a young man coming up, I have a bigger brother. See him there? And him come around and he say, Leo, I want your dumpling, you know. I last dumpling me having, that's supposed to fill my belly right now. I want your dumpling. Brethren, I want your dumpling. What are you going to do? Because him are the bigger one, you know. What are you going to do? Share it. In saying want the dumpling. In then saying want half of the dumpling, in saying want the dumpling. And him will take it. Right? And so what are you going to do? Yep, you just back off. Because if you don't give it to him, he will punch you. Right? So you back off. You suck it up and you back off. Is that good? No. That's not good. That's what they call a win-lose. Avoidance was lose-lose. This one is a win-lose because the big brother gone with it, with the dumpling, and me begs. Alright? So, the second conflict style. First is avoidance. The second one is accommodation or accommodating. And the third one is to compromise. Same lone dumpling. But a mama have the lone dumpling. And he said to the two brothers, I will give you guys this dumpling, but you must work for it. Right? But the two of them talk to convince mama to get the dumpling, for them get the dumpling, and they couldn't. So mama said, all right, hear me out do. May I give you a third of the dumpling, and you a third of the dumpling, and I'll have the other third. So what will happen is that neither of the guys got the full dumpling, neither of them got half of the dumpling, they only got a third. And so what happens there is that what they call compromise is what happens in court. So if you go to court and you settle something, you settle for for a cost, two people in court, the claimant and the defendant, whatever they are, they never get what they want because the court is going to say, okay, I'll give you so much, I'll give you so much. And the court will allow people to walk away, not having everything that they want, but having some. That's settling. So that's the third conflict style, and I really want you guys to remember these three. The last one is what I heard the president said tonight. He said, collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. The only way that you can accomplish, each of the presidents here can accomplish big things, is not for Jamaica alone to do things. It's not for Canada alone to do things. It's not for UK alone to do things. It's for all 7 of you to get to the table and have a regular meeting, and you, Jamaica, bring something to the table, you, Canada, bring something to the table, and everybody brings something to the table, knowing that you have one goal. The one goal is a big one. The goal tonight is what? To reach about $500 million? So if we get all of you guys together on the table and we say, how are we going to make $1 million? And we all divvy it up. One get 150,000, the other one get 150,000. It's not very hard. 150,000 is what? $3,000? $3,000. But if Jamaica alone did it, it's $1 million. But if 7 want to do it, collaborate for it, what do you think is going to happen? We get there faster and with less work. Get me? Yeah. So let's do this. I changed my message because I really wanted to address what I heard tonight. He talked about the monument. He talked about the student who wants to become an officer. You know how many, what that can do for Jamaica? Many persons want to become officers in the army. I think we can work it. Can we do it, guys? Yes. Can we stand, all of the presidents, please? Okay, tell me your name, please.
Dyer, Christopher.
Christopher Dyer. Patrick from Florida. Garfield Rowe. Rona. Okay, all right. And then Mr. Grant. Can we have your commitment, sir? $250,000? Jamaican dollars.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting you on the spot, but it's serious.
I know you put it on the spot, but I work with a board and I have to get it.
Okay, so can we get your board to respond to Mr. Grant? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Give it up for him. He's gonna do something about it. Mr. Russell, can we get you?
Yes, as Mr. Dyer said,
Have a board?
I work for a board, and I can go ahead and say yes.
Yes.
When I go back to the board and tell me,
No.
I'm crazy. So,
But can we?
I'll work on it.
Yes, thank you, sir. And can we get, please?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
So I believe in working together as teams.
Yes.
And so, again, we're not by ourselves, so it's
Right.
a process.
Yes.
So I can say yes to the process.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Give it up for them. Thank you so much. Huh? Oh, can you stand for me, please, sir? Thank you so much. He's from the JDF.
World Connection.
World Connection.
Same as everybody say. Process, we have to go to the board, sit down, put it forward, get an answer, and we can take
All right, so here's a cute thing, because the amount just reduced. So now it's 200,000 Jamaicans. Instead of 250, we just save you 50,000, right?
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round. That is my speech for tonight, because I didn't want to keep you up, all right? Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening.
All right, give Mr. Gillen another round of applause, please. Thank you, Mr. Gillen. All right, thank you so much for that. We are winding down. We are now at awards and presentation. And I'll now call on Mr. President himself, Mr. Hudson Grant, Forward. Sir? This is your section.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Welcome.
I never know, said the MC want to run with so quick. I thought you want to stay here and do all of it, sir. Mr. Robertson, come on, we're gone. Get the next mic, please.
Did they help you?
No must.
Okay, I didn't know.
You hear collaboration? you never hear
That's fine.
collaboration?
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Okay, Jay and Anne-Marie, can you come here, please, both of you? Are we having a good time?
Yes, indeed.
I want to go up on the dance floor, not sure. Couple minutes. The plaques. All right, Mr. Jocelyn Hamilton from Roots FM, Music Maestro, come up here, please. All right. We're going to ask you to, Mr. Chris Dyer and Mr. Stanford Elliott. Can we get the next mic or two? Yeah, I want the next mic. All right, can we get a plaque, please? Mr. All right. You're going to read this for us, sir. Where's the next mic? All right, can you come and read this? Before I ask Mr. Hamilton to read this plaque, it's a very plaque of significance, a lot of histories with it. I'm going to play a recording from Mr. Sam Bellish from Canada, the trustee from Canada. So I hope we can hear it through the mic on this.
Hoping to be with you this evening. I am very sorry that I was unable to make it to the event that Mr. Hudson Grant and his colleagues had worked so hard to organize. Due to a medical condition that seems to be getting progressively worse each passing day and week, the surgeon has asked me to refrain from travel and to be prepared for surgery at short notice. I have asked the presidents of JESA Jamaica and JESA Toronto to pass on my regrets and to make the presentation of the two plaques that I had hoped to present personally. It is with great honor and pride that I had these two plaques made. It is my intention to make sure that Jamaicans know their history and that Lieutenant Ewan Lucy Smith gets the same kind of recognition that Mary Seacole is getting now. I believe strongly in Jamaica, the land of my birth, where my ancestry is well known. It is why I'm involved with JESA, why I sponsor an early children's education institute, and why I, on behalf of JESA, donate to a Jamaican Schools Connect Corps. God has blessed me with a wonderful life, and it is only right that I pay it forward. The great British Prime Minister, Sir Winston Churchill, had two sayings that I hold dear, and I think it is appropriate at this time to quote. The first is, to whom much is given, much is expected. And the second is, you make a living by what you earn, you make a life by what you give. Once again, I apologize for not being there with you. And I look forward to the day when I can return to my island in the sun. At this time, I would like to thank all of you for attending this event. And I would also like to thank the JESA presidents and their membership for doing what they do. Keep up the great work. Thank you.
Okay, that was the voice of Mr. Sam Bellish. He's a trustee of Canada, Toronto, JESA. I'm going to ask Mr. Hamilton to read what the plaque says because it's very important. So go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. One may believe that because you're in radio, you never get nervous. I always get nervous over the microphone. Lieutenant Huon Lucy Smith. Huon Lucy Smith was born at Crossroads, St. Andrew, Jamaica on December 14, 1889. He came from a mixed heritage background. His father was John Barclay Lucy Smith, postmaster of Jamaica and a retired major. And his mother was Christine Lucy Smith. His father hailed from a line of distinguished white colonial civil servants. His mother was the daughter of a distinguished mixed-race lawyer and a politician. Samuel Constine Burke, who campaigned for Jamaica constitutional reform in the late 19th century for Jamaica to have a greater control over her own affairs. He came from what we would call a traditional officer class, as he attended 2 private schools in England, Berkhamsted School and Eastbourne College. He was commissioned into the Jamaica Artillery Militia on the 10th of November 1911. Huon Lucy Smith is now believed to be born the first officer from an ethnic minority background to be commissioned into the British Army in the World War I, and the first to die in the conflict. He was commissioned into the 1st Battalion, the Royal Warwickshire Regiment, on September 17, 1914, just 6 weeks after the outbreak of the war. He went to the front in France on March 17, 1914. He went to the front in France on March 17, 1915, and just over a month later, on April 25, 1915, was killed in action at St. Julian during the 2nd Battalion of Yspres. The fallen soldiers later said that he had been shot through the head. He has no knowledge, he has no known grave, and is commemorated on the Plakstert Memorial in Belgium. Presented by Captain S.W. Sam Belich, BHM, a trustee of the Jamaica Ex-Soldier Association, Toronto.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chris Dyer. Mr. Elliott, is Mr. Elliott here? Is there any serving commission officer from the JDF? I know Staff Sergeant Brown is here. Could you come forward? Or is there anybody from the Veterans Office? No? All right, Staff Sergeant Brown. Staff Sergeant Brown, where is he? Who? Where's Mr. Ezra Brown? All right, we're going to ask retired Colonel Anglin to receive this.
He's a serving member here.
Who is the serving member? Then come forward, no man. I'm sorry, madam. Please come forward. You don't want to be in the midst of handsome men up here and man up here. We're all handsome up here, eh? All right. We have a mic that we can use. Music man, bring on your mic, come now, please. None? This is attached. Go ahead. What's your name?
W2 Burton. C. Burton. W2 Burton.
I'm receiving the plaque on behalf of the Veterans Office is W2 Burton, female.
On behalf of the JDF and the Veteran Office, we express our appreciation and we thank you for the kind gesture.
Thank you. Don't go away, don't go away, don't go away, madam. Madam, don't go away, don't go away. Don't run away, leave us like that. No quickie. Soldiers, you understand, don't it? Don't it? Answer, no, man.
I don't know.
You don't know. Sir, I'm baby myself, right? Constance, I'm baby myself, right? Good. All right, so the other one is called a dead penny. It is the highest honor that the UK, the British, will give to any soldier. And this one will be presented also by Mr. Dyer. Mr. Elliott can do this honor to the lady. On behalf of Mr. Sam Bellish. Turn it around so they can see it, please. So on behalf of Mr. Sam Bellish, dead penny is called.
So on behalf of Sam Bellish of JESA Toronto, I present this plaque to the JDF Veterans Office.
Yes.
Thank you.
Please give her a big round of applause. Thank you. All right. So we asked Miss Shirlene Murdoch Brown, Miss Shirlene Dawn Murdoch to come on the up here, please. And we're going to run the presentation quickly. Yes. We're going to thank you, Mr. Diane, Mr. Elliott, President and former former President of Toronto. All right. The plaques on the end. Take out the plaques on the end. No. Where's that? You can go and introduce yourself.
Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In lieu of time, I am Miss Shirlene Dawn Murdoch, affectionately known to my friends as Dawn. So I am the Vice President and Secretary for the St. Jude's Renegade Marching Band Alumni, and we have a chapter in Florida, and we also have members here in Jamaica, the UK, and Canada. So tonight I will be presenting to 4 individuals who are very instrumental to the existence of the St. Jude's Marching Band. Just a quick note, the St. Jude's Marching Band was first formed as a scout troop in 1976, and then transitioned into marching band in 1977. Miss Violet Chinqui, one of our nominees, was the coordinator until 1983. She steered the band to its first national championship in 1979 and was the catalyst in the union between the St. Jude's Marching Band and the Curfew Home in 1981, which ever since 1981, barring the act of God, Hurricane Gilbert, and the act of man, COVID, the band has always performed for the Curfew Home soldiers. Another one of our nominees, George Bogle, as the senior most ranking NCO, displayed exemplary ability not only in his craft as a bass drummer, but also as a choreographer, in which he introduced cheerleading to marching band for the first time in 1983. Mr. Junior Reed, also a nominee, has been a silent, dedicated assistant in the leadership department, whom have always been a steady pair of hands to provide guidance to all the leaders over the years. And last but definitely not least, Mr. Lesburn DaCosta. He joined the band as a child in December 1979, climbed through the ranks, then migrated in March 1985. In 1995, he returned to Jamaica and became the band leader. He remained so until present. Over the years, he has steered the band through 2 national championships, performed in Grand Cayman and twice in North Lauderdale, Florida. So it is, as I mentioned, a great privilege to present these awards to these 4 people. So accepting on the behalf of Ms. Violet Chinque and Junior Reed and George Bogle, I have one of my alumni member here who will be accepting, and I also have Mr. DaCosta here in the audience to accept the award.
Could we ask?
You can have this one.
Would you ask Mr. Lesburn, DaCosta, please? The presentation will be done by Charlene Murdoch to Mr. Lesburn, DaCosta.
Where's the...
And then the next presentation will be done by Mr. Hamilton to Mr. DaCosta on behalf of Ms. Chinque.
Mr. DaCosta, Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association, JESA Presidential Leadership Impact Award, presented to Lesburn DaCosta for valuable contribution to the St. Louis Marching Band and Curfew Home.
Next presentation, you'll make it from there.
And the Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association, JESA Presidential Leadership Impact, presented to Violet Chinque and accepted on behalf of Ms. Chinque, Lesburn DaCosta, for valuable contribution to the St. Jude's Marching Band and Curfew Place.
Hi, good night, everyone. Before I make this presentation, I'd just like to acknowledge a very important and instrumental person in my life. We spoke about the St. Jude's Marching Band. I became a member of the St. Jude's Marching Band when I was just in 4th grade in primary school. And in about 2 years, I made the switch to the senior band, where I met Mr. Lesburn DaCosta and Ms. Chinque and former JDF soldier who was there. We know him as Mr. Pastor PJ, we called him at that time. So it is indeed a privilege for me to be here, and a striking. The story is so amazing because my grandfather served in World War II. So this occasion gives me even more sentiments, and I really feel belonging, a sense of belonging here. So, on behalf of the Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association, this plaque is being presented as a Leadership Impact Award to Mr. George Zach Bogle, a member who was very instrumental in my life as well in the marching band. And this is for his individual contribution to the St. Jude's Marching Band and the Curfew Place.
Hamilton, it gives me great pleasure to present this Presidential Leadership Impact Award to you, and it's on behalf of Mr. Junior Reed in recognition of his outstanding contribution to the Curfew Home and St. Jude's Marching Band.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. I'm going to make a presentation now to the members of the St. Jude's alumni. We're going to accept it, no doubt. All right, the Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association JESA Presidential Leadership Award present to the St. Jude's Renegade Marching Band Alumni Association in recognition of your outstanding stand in collaboration with JESA Jamaica chapter, please accept this token on our behalf. Membership. Thank you very much. You can take your plaques if you want to leave. You can recycle. All right, we're going to ask the Honorable Pastors to come to the podium, please. Sir, you can come all the way from Mandeville. I'm expecting you. Sir, you know reach up again? Thank you very much, Mr. Brother. And at this time, we're going to ask Custis to make a presentation to Mr. Chris Dyer on behalf of Mr. Sanders.
Mr. Please, good. It is a pride that present this back to you. And I ask you to receive it on behalf of Captain Village, his bride. And I want to say thanks to you for your service. And to all the other soldiers. Thank you, soldiers, for your service.
And you, Custis, you can present this one to Mr. Earl Scale on behalf of Captain Chambers from Stand by, Mr. Russell. Patrick, stand by. Stand by. Yes, sir.
I present this plaque to you, Mr. Earl Scale, and I ask you to receive it on behalf of Captain Paul Chambers, retired Army officer. Thank you very much. Thank you, too.
Okay, I got an order to hold the mic, so I'm holding on. Mr. Dinner, can you make this presentation to Mr. Russell and behalf of Mr. Gale for me, please? Mr. Gale, Richard Gale, is the longest serving secretary in the JESA history. 14 years, Mr. Russell, 15. 15 years. Put your round of applause for Mr. Gale. 15 long years as a JESA secretary. I think I'm the second longest, 7 years.
Presented to Richard Gale in recognition your outstanding service for longest serving secretary in JESA. I'm pleased to present this award to you, and I hope that you will accept it with grace and Richard's behalf.
It is customary, ladies and gentlemen, that the person who introduced the guest speaker always give the guest speaker his present. Mrs. Samuel Ritu. Mrs. Ritu. All right. Well, in that case, then, I'll ask the Honorable Custis, not this time Lady Green, I'm going to ask. Madam Green, could you come forward, please? And Mr. Gillens, could you come forward?
Things that just came in.
Yes, of course. You want to
Mr. President.
I don't bring that. I don't bring that.
Come on.
Siblings, I'd like to present this on behalf of JESA for your very creative and not normal speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Green. Assistant 2, would you kindly come up, please? So Gillens, you're on down. Come back. You're on.
Mr. Speaker, where are you off to? Mr. Gillings, on behalf of the Jamaica Soldiers Association, and during its 8th annual banquet, it is our privilege and our pleasure to present you this token of our appreciation. And thank you so much for having accepted the invitation and delivered to us those nuggets of leadership. We really appreciate it, and I hope we'll all put them into practice. God bless you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I will ask President Adnan to do this. Successor Gary, could you make your way up here, please? And Mr. Jimmy Deere, could you make yourself available for the next presentation? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put your hand for Mr. Biari, one of our most dedicated members of JESA. Mr. Biari has a challenge, as you see, and he takes us all the way from down the hole just to come to the meeting. And the last time our case said he takes us to Crossroads and walk as far as to not all. He could not go any further, and he called for help. We appreciate your kind dedication, sir. As president of this noble organization, I am honored to be your president. And most of all, I'm honored to be your brother. I thank you for your continued support to JESA. And this is what we're looking for, commitment.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of JESA Chapter, Jamaica, I want to present this plaque to Mr. Cecil Biari for dedicated, committed service to the chapter.
Thank you. Jimmy Deere, Mr. Whittingham, could you come up for me, please? This is a unique story. Heart of volunteers.
Good night. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to present this small token of gratitude to this fantastic person. In life, or I should say in wars, you always have unsung heroes. People who work behind the scenes to assist others, and people don't know about it. I'll give you a brief synopsis of what this individual displayed before I make the presentation. It's not every day we wake up, people help one another. This chap was passing, going about his merry ways in the wee hour of the night, or say about 9:20 thereabout, and he passed a particular individual with car trouble. In fact, he had a punctured tire, and the spare wasn't up to speed either. This man break his road, assisted with the changing of the tire, tried to get it repaired. They went to 2 different tire shops to no avail. This transaction continued from about 9 till 2 a.m.
Wow.
And to add to that, it was done in an area we considered volatile,
wow.
St. John's Road.
What?
Oh my.
Now I must say it's an honor and a privilege to present Ryan.
Wow. Awesome.
In recognition of the role he displayed, and fortunately, this was done and the present president of JESA.
Wow.
Alright? So I'd like you all to join in. Give this man a warm round of applause. Not every day.
No,
we
not
really
at all. Not at all.
come across some good Samaritan like this. It's indeed an honor, Ren, and I hope you continue in the same path.
Wonderful.
Thanks very much. And it wasn't poor housekeeping, it was 2 tires that got blown out.
Wow.
A taximan tried to overtake me in the middle of the road, so I had to put the deal on the side of the road. And this young man truly is the heart of volunteerism. That's all we should see. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, Major retired Lynch, could you make your way, and Major retired Colonel Anglin, retired Colonel Anglin, could you make your way? Colonel Anglin and Major Lynch.
Yes, sir.
All right, take it. What's your All right, we have 2 retired majors, 1 colonel, 1 major from the army. From the posthumous award. And I want to ask Mr. Suko to make this presentation. Could you come through the please? People don't want to dance.
What is a colonel? By juice. Juice cover.
This award is for Bully Cardinal, one of the bravest soldiers I have come across. And those persons who know Bully Cardinal would know that he is fearless. He died in an helicopter crash. He died in money in a parachuting from the helicopter some time ago. And in an effort, as it relates to the monument, gone but not forgotten, we as a Jamaica decide to ensure that the memories of our loved one lives on. So I'm going to ask Mr. Suko to make this presentation, and Major Retired Lynch will accept on his behalf, on behalf of the family.
Good evening. I'm just a champion. I present to you this
So, President Pope, please come in.
What's your card?
Leroy Green. Stroke for the president. Posthumously, no other than Leroy Green, VP of JESA. His memory has to live on with us. So, Colonel Michael Hanglin, retired, will accept. We will, along with Mrs. Green and the daughter, will accept this award. I know it's really a heartfelt moment. That will be well, and we will continue to be strong, you know, to wish you what
any comfort, but certainly we want you to continue to show patience. Recognition award to Mr. Green of his invaluable service as the Vice President of JESA Jamaica from 2020 to 2022. Thank you.
Thank you. Don't go away, Mrs. Green.
Mrs. Green?
Don't go away, something for you. Come on, you're cheer up. I want my Executive Secretary and my Treasurer to join me, please and thanks. This award is an award for the church. The Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints have been so good to us. During the COVID, they opened their doors so that we can have meetings, and we've been there for 2 years. They have treated us well. It's only befitting that we recognize the contribution that they made for us, the allowances that they make. They have never asked us to pay a dime. And when we ask if people contribute, they're asking for what? And so, it is with honor that I ask Madam Secretary and my Treasurer to join in handing over this. So, come Mrs. Green, young Green, then he's come to the church lady. Give it that one, you want it too close. That's all it's all right. Please accept on behalf of the President and the Board of Executive of JESA Jamaica this token of appreciation for your warm generosity, your love, your kindness, and most of all, for being able to accommodate us. Thank you very much. Please accept it on behalf of the church. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause, please. So we're going quickly now. We have some unsung heroes here. And the unsung heroes is Alan Montague, Major Alan Montague here. Talbert Marcy's not here. I'm going to ask Irene. Irene, come up here please quickly. And Mr. Phantom Morgan, come up here quickly. Where's Mr. Morgan? Phantom? I'm going to ask Ms. Anne-Marie Mann to accept two of these awards on behalf of Mr. Alan Montague and Talbert Morrison. And I'm going to ask Mr. Hines to come and accept one of the awards.
On behalf of Talbert Morrison. On behalf of Talbert Morrison, I present this award to you. For individual invaluable donations and contributions to the veterans and Jamaica JESA collaboration. It's the year of 2020, 2022.
Thank you, Irene.
Very welcome.
Mr. Morgan, these persons, Talbot Morrison, Alan Montague, Susan Aikens, these persons, once there's something with the veterans, they reach out to us. We don't have to call them to seek assistance. I get a call, first what we can do to assist. And it is important. They don't seek any recognition. But my mantra is that once someone does good, they must be recognized. Because when a person does anything bad, it is all over the place. So when people do good, we should recognize that.
On behalf of JESA, Jamaica, we would like to present this plaque to Altamont. We thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for
Thank you, Mr. Morgan. All right, the Jamaica pop band. I think we should let that one stay for the last. The star shall come back and turn on. Bandman. No, that's it. All right. It's all right. So we have a surprise plaque. And I'm going to ask the MC to award this plaque for me. This gentleman, this young man, he has been a tower of strength. He's a brother of mine. He's also the treasurer of the Jamaica Soldier Association. He worked tirelessly, night and day. I can count on him to do the work of JESA. And at the end of the day, sometime we'll pass by the office, we'll have a cup of coffee and say, brother, I'm not staying because I have JESA work to do. He's an awesome individual. Put your hands together for Mr. Cesar. And we'll ask Mr. Roberts into the day. He didn't know you'll get this.
Surprise! Mr. Dinner, on behalf of JESA, it gives me great pleasure to present to you this plaque in recognition of your invaluable contribution and service in the area of the Treasury, because you monitor that and manage that area quite well, I gather. And I want to encourage you to continue to do the wonderful job that you have been doing. Thank you so much, and we give thanks to you. Thank you.
Accept with humility.
Wonderful.
You're welcome, brother. Mr. Redley, come up very quickly, please. Thank you, sir. Mr. Redley, come up very quickly. Mr. Gillens. The word for done. Can't about the trade, come here. More about the trade. Bring the trade. Bring the trade. It's still bigger than you. Bring the trade. More than you. Man. 2 years they're still up. Please bring the trade, sir. Yes. Please bring that trade. I'm not going to give him yet. Going to give him the trade, sir. We're not going to have a big bomb. All right? Mr. Comrade Sir Gillens, I'm going to ask you to present this to Mr. Redley, Peter Williams. He's a veteran. He's the face behind the poppy appeal. Oh. This man goes everywhere. Wow. As a matter of fact, anyway, a lot of the protocols that relates to funeral.
On behalf.
I was taught by this man, Mr. Peter Williams. He's a dedicated person. Yes, he goes to Parliament sometimes, and he's very knowledgeable. And he's very energetic. He's known as the Puppet Man, Mr. Peter Williams.
Thank you, Will. I'd like to present this very nice, gracious award to Mr. Peter. You're going to take it for us tonight, Mr. Wendell, you're going to take it for Peter. So it's presented to Peter Williams of Faithful Patriotism, the Veterans Organization. And we thank Peter, and we're thanking him through you for the work that he's done. The Puppy Man, right? Respect.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Redley. You want to say something?
Tell
Tell me thanks and what?
Thank you very much, sir, for receiving this back on behalf of Peter Williams.
Madam Green, don't you say, don't you? Madam Green.
What is that?
It is often said that when you have a person of caliber and he doesn't like silver, he's a natural Bessa, we call it Bessa, Ariel, Bond. I am one, I am stop.
All right, I like to hear it.
All right, so I'm going to start with the one that can you represent to Mr. Leo this fact? This is the one that he's supposed to get.
Okay, so Mr. Bessaman.
Mr. Bessaman.
We're giving him the gold instead of the platinum. So,
Wonderful.
So, actually, he's from Bondo. And Bondo is like, well, places that climb the name again. Moko. Right?
Wow.
No, so when we say, your
Oh,
face look like when Ray set up a Bondo.
That's a good one.
And now we have another surprise. Costas and Mrs. Green has been good to JESA. Costas and Lady Green has been good to Kirk Home. Costas and Lady Green has been good to veterans all around. And so Costas always getting something. But, you know, something happens to the brother and the sister-in-law. So on this occasion, Costas, you're going to come early, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Give him a something. Another one? All right, well, present it to
As one day we agree to another lady, we'd like to extend this small favor for all of you. We look forward to working with you and continuing to give of your energy. Thank you.
Madam Bianasana, boy, I always want you to teach you well. And now we have Charlene Dawn Murdoch. Could you come up here, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a hand. A round of applause for this lady from the St. Jude Village. She traveled all the way from over just to partner with us. And it's fitting that we ensure that she's not left out. Let me see. And some beauty, we call it. Handsomeness and beauty. What you call it? Anybody in your audience can be over there?
Oh wow. Peace and peace.
And Margaret. Oh, no. Yes. Oh my gosh. I mean, Margaret Campbell is one of our sponsors. I will ask you to make this donation to Shirley Dawn Murdoch on behalf of JESA.
Shirley, on behalf of JESA, we take absolute pleasure in presenting you with this token of appreciation for all that you do and you will continue to do to uplift the organization. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Margaret. And Mr. Barman, come, because we can raise some money. Let's go. All right, they said the good wine is left for the last. I am sure that what the band did this afternoon deserves some recognition.
Indeed, endorsed.
They have never, in the word never, over the years of our function when we ask for the band, they have always turned up and performed. And so, I want to make this presentation. What's your name, sir? No, my grandma. Well, listen.
First things.
Oh, he corrected me, grant as well. I know my grant. So from one grant to the other, on behalf of my board of executives and my membership and all that the person who attend this function, for the tremendous service that you have given us, the lovely music, and your Philistine, and I don't know Philistine, and the pastor of long time, and I hear some other things, so I don't know the beat, but well done. Please accept on behalf of all who is here as a token of our appreciation for the wonderful service that you have given. All right? It's the first grant to shine on. That completes our presentation. Thanks everyone. And now back to you, Mr. MC, for closing so we can get on the dance floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Give the president a round of applause. World's best president, isn't he? All right, before I go any further, this lady has to say something. Let me give her the floor.
One moment, this is a surprise for the president. On behalf of Marchabelle by the Sea, which is a beachside resort in Otrius, we take great pleasure in presenting to this hard-working president a weekend for two.
Wow.
He's doing and he continues to. Mr. President, you have my number, sir. Please call me.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Like a marvelous to me. I work 3 weeks straight, just a word. Thanks so much. Thank you very much.
That's so nice. Give her a round of applause. Weekend for two. Wow. Weekend for two. Enjoy. You deserve it, Mr. President. I know. I'll now call on the Costas of Manchester to come forward, sir. And I will hand over the floor to you.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Mr. Hudson Grant, my brother, my friend, my cheerleader, my supporter, a great guy. I met him sometime last year, not so long ago. I met him, and we have developed a very cordial relationship, that has moved into giving great support to the people of Manchester. And because of his support that he gives to Manchester, he's the only man who could get me here on a Saturday night and to go back to Manchester on a Sunday morning. Right? It's now 11 o'clock, I'll read Sunday morning. But I tell you what, he has always encouraged me. As a young man, I'm the young one, not him. He has always encouraged me because he has experience. And I have found him to be a very humble person. Yes, one who I would say full of spirit, full of ideas, and yes, he will talk a lot, but he's a man of just a few words and to the point. Right? He says this is what it should be. The cup is going to change from black to white. Expect it to happen. That is Hudson Grant. We have built some collaboration over in Manchester between my office and JESA. So I feel very much part of the JESA family. I hope you'll take me in, sir, the honorary member. Because the mayor left because I was going to ask him to allow you to reside here, but
be a citizen of Manchester. All right? So I'm going to invite you, sir. There's this week was a very busy week for us in Manchester. We have what we call in Manchester the Manchester Beliefs, Values and Attitudes Initiative out of my office, which is, in short, is just to foster positive values and attitudes in our people and to get our people to become patriotic and have a sense of social responsibility. He heard about it. He came down. He gave much support. So this week here, we had 1 week, 3 days out of the 1 week of celebrations. Over the past 3 weeks, we had an idea and we got together to plan something for Manchester, pre-independence celebrations. And every meeting we had in Manchester, he was there. Yes. And I remember the first donation came from his pocket and I said, I'm giving $1,000 towards something. And then money started coming in. So I'm going to have to pull him on my fundraising committee in Manchester. But he has given us much support. And Thursday we had a day of parade, a float parade across Manchester, culminating with a gala in Mandeville. And while we were marching up into Mandeville, in the rain, I don't know where this Benz came from, because it was gridlock. I don't know how he got there, pull up right beside my foot, because I was walking. And he said, I'm here, you know, I'm here. So, my brother, I want to say thanks to you. This plaque, which reads, and I'll say what it reads, it's the JESA logo, right? In collaboration with the Custos Protulorum for the parish of Manchester, presented to Hudson Grant for invaluable contribution to our pre-independence celebrations. Sir, I thank you again on behalf of the people of Manchester for your support. You have blessed us. Thank you very much. Mrs. Green, can you join me, please? This is a great time. Love you, my brother.
Love it, bro. Oh, man. Thank you.
Oh.
I want to give him a picture.
Yeah,
I was just
Sure. So I was posing like that.
You know? Thank you.
You're not saying a word.
No, man.
You're not saying a word.
You're
not saying a word.
No, man, something's left. No, man. No, not saying it. All right, say it. All right. Madam Secretary.
Go right ahead, Mr. President. You're going to
see. Costa say me like talk, but him say me never say a word. I'm think on this. But I want to take this opportunity. Let me see first. Hold on. Let me check something. Blah blah. Now make sure I check like how blah blah do. It is with great pleasure, and I ask Mr. Dinal, where's Mr. Dinal? Mr. Baba? Sir Edwards, get up here now, man. Quickly, man, quickly. Move like you're young. Move like you're young. Please and thanks. Okay, so my brother like to pull surprise for me, but me always have one in my jacket pocket. Come on. Sir? Sir? On behalf of the Board of Executives, Director, Treasurer, where's Madam? Come. Oh, and I tell you, see? Oh, yeah, this is so nice and the trouble. Come up here, Jay. Yes. On behalf of the Board of Executives and Directorship of JESA and its membership, we're honored to present to you and to invite you to be our third, they said they won this evening. They said they won. Good. If the Custos House or suggest for honorable membership. It seemed like you were looking at my jacket pocket because I have a long time already. So please put your hand together as our third honorary member of JESA Jamaica. Sir, this pin, the symbol of our association. I might not remind you that it's to be worn with dignity and pride and the values that JESA Jamaica and JESA on a whole holds. I know you know the protocol, but as customary, I have to still say a few. Please accept this pin as your membership as an honorary member to our noble institution called JESA. Are we going to tell them now?
You have to get this. Okay, hold on. I'm a good photographer.
I want to go more, man.
Okay, here we go.
It's
a
little low grade,
you have to catch a
backdrop, too,
Yeah. You're going to bring Mrs. Green in front?
Yes.
Bring her in front. Yes. Thank you so much. Pinning it. Oh, okay, here we go. Mrs. Robertson. Mrs. Green.
Now that you have been pinned with a lapel from JESA, I am sure the GG might want to get one of those, you know, because it looks so nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
This is how I'm going to respond. He wanted to have the last word. I was fighting him back because I wanted to have the last word. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Green to make my response to this gentleman. We are going to have the last word. Thank you very much.
What's happening? What's happening?
So you can I just step away?
The Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association, JESA, Jamaica chapter, acknowledges Hudson Haynes Grant for his commitment, leadership, and outstanding work in building the association and its reach across other chapters globally. Hudson, as he's affectionately called, exudes a humble personality, a spirit of generosity and willingness, and is a great listener. Traits that have endeared him to those who have come in contact with him. Leading the Jamaica chapter of those noble men and women who had served the Jamaica Defense Force over the years in various capacities is no easy task. But Hudson's fixity of purpose and commitment to improving the lives of these men and women who have fallen on hard times or are just a part of a great camaraderie had made him a household name. President Grant is highly respected among his peers for his approach to leading a successful organization and building consensus among members while embracing with welcome arms those who express good intentions, support and commitment to the goals and ideals of JESA under his tenure. Self-described as a private and humble individual, he, however, provides open arms to just about anyone whom he comes in contact with a need. President who is likable, affectionate, and kind, at times has to be reminded that there are times that you'll just have to say no to some persons and to some situations. But no doubt, 10 years of extending a helping hand is hard to change. He is fearless in his pursuit to improve the well-being of others and JESA. This is evidenced in the many collaborative efforts he has engaged in or spearheaded for not only the monetary but social and economic value-added benefits to the development of Jamaica chapter JESA and its alignment with its overseas chapters in Canada, United Kingdom, and the United States. His quest for JESA Jamaica to be known and exposed its worth is also manifested in his public relations efforts for media interviews, media coverage of events, courtesy calls on the Governor General, letters of acknowledgement to the Chief of Defense Staff, his involvement in the annual muster. He never fails to seize the opportunity to lead the charge in expressing the mission, the vision, and goals of JESA. He is front and center. Such is the mettle of the man they call Mr. President. It is therefore with profound gratitude that we, the member of JESA Jamaica, honor him and salute him for his continued leadership and commitment, and pray God's continued guidance on his efforts towards making JESA Jamaica and JESA an international brand. Our association acknowledges the value of each member who has served the Jamaica Defense Force, but we embrace even more a few good men who will serve his or her fellow men with dignity, pride, love, and commitment to the betterment of their well-being, as President Hudson Haynes Grant has demonstrated. President Grant, we thank you for walking the true service. We salute you and remind you, as in Psalm 37:23, that says, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord." May the Lord bless you and keep you as you grow JESA from strength to strength in the service of Jamaica and your fellow citizens.
Mrs. Dinnell, Mr. President, could you just remain? Mr. Hines, could you present on behalf of the JESA membership in Jamaica to Mr. President this citation? Thank you. Mrs. Hand it to him.
Mr. President, sir, a walking encyclopedia in vigor. Sir, on behalf of all the members of the organization which you lead, is showing their appreciation for your service and to tell you thanks for the hard work you are doing and continue to do. I proudly present to you this small token of their appreciation. Thank you, sir.
One moment, Mr. Edwards. Mr. Edwards, a member of our executive.
Mr. President, that I saw before we go to Mr. Roberts.
Yes. Mr. Edwards.
Time set. Just 1 second. Get it.
Membership.
Mr. President, on behalf of all the members of JESA Jamaica, I take great honor and pleasure in handing you this plaque this evening, sir.
Are you going to make a response, Mr. Mr. President, a very short one.
I am lost for words.
For the first time.
Easily fooled. I'm going to tell you that I never saw this coming led by the customs and I am grateful and I'm thankful. I'm humbled by the expression of the love and gratitude that he showed me. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm humbled by the love and the expression of gratitude that's shown to me. I am just truly overwhelmed. And all I can say is thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. And just before I take my leave, we have a special presentation to go to the MC. But we never did want to give him the presentation before him done him work. So then, we'll now ask Madam Mitu to present to the MC that one, the silver, yeah, gold, yeah. All right, thanks everyone.
Mr. Robertson. Mr. Robertson, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, a former colleague of mine, somebody I mentored, and who has risen in his career. He has also become a dear friend of mine and my family. I take great pleasure in presenting to you on behalf of JESA this token of our appreciation, and that you took time out of your busy schedule as it is starting a new ministry and heading a new ministry. There's a lot on your shoulders, but I know you're up to the task. And so we want to say thank you so much for accepting the invitation and being with us until almost midnight. God bless you.
Thank you, my friend, for many years. Thank you. And thank you to JESA. I mean, I'm family now, so I don't know how you're going to get rid of me after tonight, because I feel like I'm family now, sir. But let me just say that Jamaica is in dire need of leaders, strong leaders, astute, visionary leaders. And so, irrespective of your area of leadership, some people think that because you're in doing community service, you're not in politics, you're a leader in your own right. Make a difference in your area, and Jamaica as a country will derive myriad benefits. So I want to salute you, sir, and the Custos, his wife, based on all that have been said about you by your colleagues. I think this is highly commendable. And I want to just encourage you to do what you have been doing. All right. And of course, to the hardworking executive of JESA and the supporting chapter, because it's a team effort. It's not just the president. All right, the president of the Atlanta chapter, Mr. Garfield Rowe, wants to say a few words. Come forward, Mr. Rowe, please.
All protocol already observed, and the time is late. I just want to say Atlanta is the newest chapter to be formed, and we're having our inauguration launch in October 2022. I guarantee that we won't have this portion of it this long. We'll have more time for dancing. But I'm inviting all of you to attend our 3-day inauguration launch. We'll have a meet and greet on Friday, the 7th of October, which entails a fashion show, karaoke. On Saturday, we have the formal dinner and dance and an award ceremony. And on Sunday, we'll have a church service and brunch. We'll end with the Lord's Prayer. So I'm inviting all persons present here tonight to come and support the Atlanta chapter, as we're the newest chapter to be formed. And we are geared at taking over the JESA leadership from UK, Canada, Florida, Texas, I might leave out New York, and Jamaica. So please come on out. Please come on out and support us. Thank you very much. The 7th, the 8th, and the 9th of October. Thank you, 2022. In Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much, sir, for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have so much people to thank. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Leo, for sharing those photos. It's pure niceness tonight, and I must say that it's an honor and a pleasure to have been your Master of Ceremonies, your humble servant, and I want to wish this August Association all the very best in your endeavors. I know you will grow from strength to strength. It is all there for all to see. So I want to thank you for inviting me to be your Master of Ceremonies tonight, Mrs. Mitu, and to the President and his team and all the chapters, everybody, thank you. At this time, I will now ask Ms. Denise Green to deliver the vote of thanks. Come forward, Ms. Green, and I bid you all a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good night. The Board of Executives and members of JESA J8, led by our President, Mr. Hudson Grant, would like to convey our warmest JESA thanks to all for your kind support. To our guest speaker, Mr. Leo Gillins, sir, we are humbled and very thankful for your inspiring and insightful speech. We are encouraged by your words of wisdom, and we strive to continue to uphold the values of volunteerism and our noble institutions. To our other JESA presidents, their board of executives, membership, and veterans who have traveled from near and far to be with us, thank you for being here today. To all our specially invited guests, led by Lieutenant Colonel Honorable Costas Rotolarum Garfield Green and Lady Green, His Worship the Mayor Delroy Williams, President and executive members of the St. Jude's Renegades Marching Band alumni, Miss Shirlene Dawn Murdoch, and Messrs. Lisburn and Jocelyn Hamilton. Thanks for your collaboration. To all the awardees, especially our first-time recipients of the Presidential Leader Impact Award of 2022, Captain Samuel Bellick, retired trustee of JESA Toronto, Captain Paul Chambers, retired and immediate past chairman of JESA UK, to the members of JESA's hardworking planning committee, led by committee chairman and treasurer, Mr. Cecil Dinnell, whose dedication has resulted in the culmination of this memorable and successful occasion. Many thanks to all our sponsors, JDF Credit Union, a credit union of choice, Executive Protection and Debt Collection Services, raising the bar in collection industry, and Miss Margaret Campbell, manager of the Marchabelle Consulting, a consulting firm with a difference, for her sponsorship of a weekend for two. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly note, and please put it in your diaries or your calendars, that JESA's 9th dinner banquet will be on July 31st for 2023. We look forward to seeing all of you there. Make it a date and don't be late. Thanks to the Altamont Court Hotel and staff for their service to us, and to our media personnel this evening, thank you. Please give yourself, ladies and gentlemen, for your absolute presence here and your wonderful behavior. Give yourself a big round of applause tonight. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your evening.